Feeling overlooked? It's time for a change. Have you ever felt like a shadow, working hard, giving your all, yet no one seems to notice? You crave recognition, but instead, it feels like you're just a whisper in the wind, easily missed, easily forgotten. But it doesn't have to be that way. Now, picture this. You step into a room and something shifts. People notice you. They listen. Your voice carries weight. Your contributions matter. This isn't wishful thinking. It's the power of timeless principles that have stood the test of time. The wisdom of Stoicism. In today's video, you'll uncover 7 powerful psychological strategies to not only earn the recognition you deserve, but also build an unshakable inner strength. These aren't just techniques. They are the foundation of real, lasting transformation. Because true change doesn't start with others, it starts with you. When you shift your mindset, the world around you shifts too. But let's be clear, this isn't about chasing fleeting attention. It's about cultivating a presence that commands real, lasting respect. Before we begin, I'd love your support in spreading this Stoic mindset. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss a new video. And if today's message resonates with you, drop a 1 in the comments. If you think there's room for improvement, comment 2. I'm always open to feedback so I can bring you even more value in the future. I truly believe that ancient wisdom holds the key to navigating the modern world with confidence and resilience. So, let's dive in. Here are 7 transformative strategies you won't want to miss. Strategy number 1. Learn to be rare. Have you ever noticed that the rarest things in life are often the most valued? Gold, diamonds, limited edition masterpieces. They hold power, not because they try to, but because they aren't always available. Their scarcity makes them desirable. Their presence carries weight. Now, this isn't about isolating yourself or becoming distant. It's about mastering the art of controlled availability. Think about it. If you're always there, always saying yes, always making yourself available at every moment, something strange happens. Instead of appreciation, people start to overlook you. Your presence becomes expected, even taken for granted. But when you choose where, when, and how to show up with purpose and intention, something shifts. Suddenly, your time becomes valuable. Your presence feels earned, not assumed. And because you are no longer constantly accessible, people begin to respect and appreciate your time more. Why does this matter? Because it's not about playing games or acting mysterious. It's about self-respect. When you invest your energy into what truly matters, your growth, your passions, your purpose, you naturally start to filter out the noise. You become more selective about how you spend your time, and that selectiveness increases your influence. Look at the most respected leaders, thinkers, and innovators. They don't spend their energy trying to be everywhere at once. Instead, they focus on what matters most. They speak with intention. They act with purpose. And because of that, when they do show up, people listen. How do you apply this in your life? Set boundaries. Your time is valuable. Don't give it away too freely. Learn to say no to distractions so you can say yes to what truly aligns with your goals. Be intentional with your presence. Instead of stretching yourself thin, focus on high-impact moments. Where can your presence make the biggest difference? Cultivate depth, not just visibility. It's not about showing up more, it's about showing up better. When you engage, bring something meaningful to the table. Remember, it's not about how often you show up. It's about showing up at the right time, in the right place, and with real value. By learning to be rare, you don't just stand out. You command genuine respect. Strategy number 2. Be your most authentic self. Have you ever met someone who just radiates confidence, not because they're the loudest in the room, but because they're completely comfortable in their own skin? They don't seek validation. They don't pretend to be someone they're not. And yet, people are naturally drawn to them. That's the power of authenticity. The biggest difference between someone who leaves a lasting impact and someone who is easily forgotten isn't status, wealth, or talent. It's how genuinely themselves they are. When you embrace your true self, you don't just experience freedom, you cultivate a magnetic energy that pulls the right people and opportunities into your life. Why does authenticity matter? Because the moment you stop chasing approval and start living in alignment with who you truly are, something incredible happens. You stop feeling the need to fit in and instead start standing out naturally. You no longer waste energy trying to please everyone. Instead, you attract the people who genuinely appreciate you. You define your own path on your own terms without being weighed down by societal expectations. And here's the truth: no one else can be you. Your unique perspective, experiences, and personality are what make you irreplaceable. When you lean into that, people notice. The deep impact of authenticity. Beyond personal fulfillment, authenticity strengthens your relationships, both personal and professional. When you show up as your true self, you give others permission to do the same. This creates an environment built on trust, mutual respect, and genuine connection. Think about it. Who do you trust more? Someone who constantly changes their opinions, trying to fit the crowd, or someone who stands firm in who they are, even if it means being different? People gravitate toward realness because in a world full of facades, it's refreshing to meet someone who's truly themselves. How to practice authenticity. 1. Identify your core values. What truly matters to you? What principles do you want to live by? Understanding your values gives you clarity on the kind of life you want to lead. 2. Pursue your own passions and goals. Don't fall into the trap of living for others' expectations. Your dreams matter. Choose paths that genuinely excite and fulfill you. 3. Let go of the fear of judgment. No matter what you do, someone will always have an opinion. But remember, their opinions don't define your worth. Live for you, not for external approval. 4. Lead with sincerity. Speak your truth, act with integrity, and be unapologetically yourself. When you live authentically, you naturally inspire others to do the same. Final thought. When you are truly yourself, you don't need to try to impress anyone. You naturally attract the right people and opportunities into your life. So ask yourself, are you living as your most authentic self, or are you still hiding behind expectations? It's time to own who you are. The world doesn't need another copy. It needs you. Strategy number 3. Learn to step back. We often hear about the importance of pushing forward, working harder, never giving up. But what if the real power lies in knowing when to step back? This isn't about quitting. This isn't about weakness. It's about wisdom, self-respect, prioritizing yourself. Why is stepping back a strength? Because not every battle is worth fighting. Not every relationship deserves your energy, and not every opportunity aligns with your true happiness and values. Stepping back isn't about giving up. It's about taking control. It's a conscious decision to protect your time, energy, and emotional well-being. Think about it. When something isn't serving you, when it drains you, weighs you down, or pulls you away from who you truly are, you have the right to walk away, and not just the right, the responsibility. Because if you don't protect your own peace, who will? The power of walking away. One of the strongest messages you can send to the world is this: I am not bound by expectations. I do not stay where I am not valued. I refuse to chase what no longer aligns with me. And something interesting happens when you do this. When you stop forcing things, stop proving yourself, stop pouring energy into places that don't give back, people notice. They begin to reevaluate your worth. They realize that your presence is not guaranteed. It's something to be appreciated. But let's be clear, this is not about playing mind games or manipulation. It's about choosing yourself first. And when you do, you attract people, situations, and opportunities that truly align with who you are. How to practice this strategy? 1. Listen to your emotions. If something is constantly draining you, ask yourself, is this truly worth it? 2. Set clear boundaries. Don't be afraid to say no to things that don't align with your values, no matter how much pressure you feel. 3. Accept that not everyone will understand. And that's okay. You don't need validation to make the right decision for yourself. 4. Trust in your own worth. You don't need to prove yourself to anyone. Your value already exists. The right people will see it. Final thought. Sometimes the most powerful step forward is a step back, because when you reclaim your time, energy, and self-respect, you don't just walk away from what drains you, you move closer to what truly fulfills you. So ask yourself, is there something in your life that you need to step back from today? Strategy number 4, the art of silence. In a world where everyone is trying to be heard, where voices compete for attention and noise fills every space, silence becomes a rare and powerful force. This isn't about being distant, passive, or indifferent. It's about mastering self-control in communication, knowing when to speak, and, more importantly, when not to. True power doesn't always come from what you say. Sometimes it comes from what you choose not to say. Why is silence so powerful? We often feel pressure to respond quickly, keep conversations flowing, and fill any quiet moment with words. But here's the truth: silence is not empty. It's where real meaning emerges. A well-placed pause can make your words more impactful. When you don't rush to speak, your thoughts carry more weight. Command respect. People take notice when you speak with purpose instead of just for the sake of talking. Shift the dynamic in conversations. When you leave space for silence, others feel compelled to fill it, often revealing more than they intended. Deepen connections. Instead of rushing to respond, you create room for others to open up, making conversations more meaningful. Think about the most influential people, leaders, thinkers, mentors. They don't waste words. They know that silence can often say more than speech. How to apply the art of silence. 1. Don't rush to respond. Take a moment to process your thoughts before speaking. Not only does this make your words more intentional, but it also signals confidence and wisdom. 2. Allow natural pauses in conversation. Instead of scrambling to fill every quiet moment, embrace the power of a pause. Sometimes 1 second of silence carries more impact than a long-winded explanation. 3. Respect others' space. Silence isn't awkward, it's natural. Don't force small talk just to avoid quiet moments. Allow meaningful connections to develop organically. 4. Observe before reacting. The less you speak, the more you listen. And when you truly listen, you hear beyond words. You perceive emotions, intentions, and unspoken truths. Silence is not weakness, it's strength. It's the space where ideas take shape, where emotions settle, where true wisdom is found. So ask yourself, are you using silence as a tool, or are you afraid of it? Because once you master the art of silence, you'll never feel the need to force your presence again. Sometimes the loudest message is the one left unsaid. Strategy number 5, own your space. Have you ever walked into a room and felt small, like your presence didn't matter, like your voice wasn't heard? If so, it's time to change that. It's time to own your space, not with arrogance, but with quiet, unshakable confidence. What does it mean to own your space? This isn't about dominating conversations, demanding attention, or proving yourself. It's about something much deeper, asserting your worth. You have something valuable to share. Your presence matters. Your voice deserves to be heard. But here's the thing, if you don't believe in that, why should anyone else? Owning your space means showing up fully as yourself. It means walking into a room with the energy of someone who belongs there, because you do. And when you stand firm in your worth, something incredible happens. People start paying attention. Why is this important? Because the way you carry yourself influences the way the world treats you. When you speak with conviction, others take your words seriously. When you walk with confidence, people respect your presence. When you set boundaries, the world learns to treat you accordingly. And here's the best part. By practicing this, you're not just empowering yourself, you're inspiring others to do the same. You set a standard: I respect myself. I refuse to shrink to make others comfortable. I will take up the space I deserve. How to own your space. Speak up when necessary. Don't hold back your thoughts just because you're afraid of judgment. When you have something meaningful to say it. Your voice has power. Choose the right environment. Surround yourself with people and spaces that value and respect you. Don't waste your energy where you're constantly diminished. Walk into every situation with confidence. You belong here. You don't need anyone's permission to exist, to take up space, or to be heard. Act like you belong, and soon the world will reflect that back to you. Don't shrink yourself for fear of judgment. Not everyone will like you. Not everyone will agree with you. And that's okay. But your worth isn't defined by external validation. It's something you carry within you. The way you see yourself shapes the way the world sees you. When you respect yourself, when you own your space with confidence, the world will have no choice but to do the same. So ask yourself, are you shrinking to fit in, or standing tall to be seen? Because you deserve to be seen, you deserve to be heard, and it all starts with you. Strategy number 6, create your own happiness. Too often we believe happiness is something we have to chase, something we'll find one day when everything finally falls into place. I'll be happy when I get that promotion. I'll be happy when I find the right relationship. I'll be happy when I achieve my goals. But what if happiness isn't something you find, but something you create? Happiness isn't a destination, it's how you live. The biggest mistake people make is thinking happiness exists somewhere in the future, always just out of reach. But the truth? Happiness is a choice, a mindset, a way of living. You don't have to wait for some big achievement to feel happy. A quiet morning with a cup of coffee, a good book that makes you think, a peaceful walk as the sun sets. These small moments, often overlooked, hold just as much happiness as the big milestones. When you start noticing and appreciating them, you build a foundation of lasting contentment, one that isn't shaken by external circumstances or other people's opinions. Why is this so important? Because if your happiness depends on external validation, what others think, how much you achieve, or how life unfolds, you're giving all your power away. But when happiness comes from within, everything changes. You no longer seek approval from others, you feel whole on your own. You stop comparing your life to someone else's. You define success on your own terms. You become more emotionally stable, less reactive to life's ups and downs, because your peace isn't tied to outside events. And here's the most powerful part. When you create your own happiness, you radiate an energy that attracts others. People are drawn to those who exude confidence, peace, and fulfillment. Your joy becomes contagious. How to practice this strategy? 1. Identify what truly brings you joy. Not what society says should make you happy, but what genuinely fulfills you. What makes you feel alive? What moments make you feel at peace? 2. Appreciate small moments. A morning stretch, a heartfelt conversation, the warmth of the sun on your face. Happiness isn't found in grand events. It's woven into everyday life. 3. Detach from external validation. Your worth isn't determined by likes, opinions, or recognition. True happiness comes when you stop needing external approval to feel good about yourself. 4. Learn to enjoy your own company. If you can find peace and joy alone, you'll never feel empty, even when others aren't around. Being comfortable with yourself is one of the greatest forms of strength. Final thought. Happiness isn't something that happens to you. It's something you choose, cultivate, and create every single day. So ask yourself, are you waiting for happiness, or are you creating it? Because when you start choosing happiness today, you'll realize you never had to chase it in the first place. Final strategy. Embrace growth and continuous learning. Life isn't a fixed destination. It's a constant evolution. The moment you stop learning, you're not just standing still, you're falling behind. Look at the world's most respected individuals, the ones who leave a lasting impact. What do they all have in common? They never stop growing. They don't settle. They don't believe they know enough. Instead, they are always learning, always evolving, always expanding their minds. Why is a growth mindset so powerful? Because every single experience, whether success or failure, is an opportunity to learn. Failures, lessons in disguise; successes, proof that growth leads to progress. Challenges, the stepping stones to transformation. When you actively seek knowledge, refine your skills, and embrace new challenges, you don't just improve yourself, you increase your value in the eyes of others. A mindset of continuous growth makes you more confident because you trust your ability to adapt and improve. More respected because people admire those who push themselves to be better. More insightful because you bring fresh perspectives and depth to every conversation. More fulfilled because you're always moving forward, never stagnant. And here's the secret. True growth is magnetic. When you commit to evolving, you naturally inspire others to do the same. How to apply this strategy? 1. Read more, learn more. Not just from books, but from experiences, people, and the world around you. Every conversation, every situation holds wisdom, if you're willing to listen. 2. Embrace new challenges. Step outside your comfort zone. Try something that scares you. Learn a new skill. Growth happens when you push beyond what feels familiar. 3. See failure as a lesson. There are no true failures, only opportunities for redirection, growth, and wisdom. If something doesn't work, ask, what can I learn from this? 4. Share knowledge and inspire others. When you grow, you naturally encourage those around you to do the same. Be the kind of person who lifts others up by leading through example. Final thought. Growth isn't just about going further in life, it's about becoming someone others respect, trust, and look up to. So ask yourself, are you growing or are you settling? Because the most powerful transformation happens the moment you decide to never stop evolving. You don't need to impress, you need to be. We've explored 7 powerful principles that elevate your confidence and worth, not by chasing approval, but by shifting your mindset. Your true value isn't about being constantly seen or validated. It's about self-mastery, intentionality, and integrity in the way you live. Being rare doesn't mean being distant, it means being selective, so your presence always holds weight. Living authentically attracts real relationships and earns true respect. Knowing when to step back isn't weakness, it's self-respect. The art of silence teaches us that we don't always need to speak to be heard. Owning your space means embracing your worth without waiting for permission. Creating your own happiness makes you whole, free from the need for external validation. Continuous growth keeps you confident and increases your value over time. When you embody these principles, you don't have to impress anyone. You naturally become someone people respect. At the core of it all is a simple truth. Your value isn't in what you try to prove. It's in how you live. It's in the way you show up, the way you honor yourself, and the way you hold your energy. When you know when to speak, when to be silent, and when to walk away, you don't just create value. You redefine how the world sees you. You don't need to impress. You need to be. We've explored 7 powerful principles that elevate your confidence and worth, not by chasing approval, but by shifting your mindset. Your true value isn't about being constantly seen or validated. It's about self-mastery, intentionality, and integrity in the way you live. Being rare doesn't mean being distant, it means being selective, so your presence always holds weight. Living authentically attracts real relationships and earns true respect. Knowing when to step back isn't weakness, it's self-respect. The art of silence teaches us that we don't always need to speak to be heard. Owning your space means embracing your worth without waiting for permission. Creating your own happiness makes you whole, free from the need for external validation. Continuous growth keeps you confident and increases your value over time. When you embody these principles, you don't have to impress anyone. You naturally become someone people respect. At the core of it all is a simple truth. Your value isn't in what you try to prove. It's in how you live. It's in the way you show up, the way you honor yourself, and the way you hold your energy. When you know when to speak, when to be silent, and when to walk away, you don't just create value. You redefine how the world sees you. These 7 strategies aren't tricks to manipulate others. They're expressions of your inner strength. They help you stay grounded, earn respect, and create a life of balance, where kindness and self-respect go hand in hand. Remember, you define your own value. When you appreciate yourself, protect your energy, and commit to growth, you don't just become stronger, you inspire those around you. So keep walking this path with awareness and integrity. You don't need validation from anyone. Just live in alignment with your values. If this message resonated with you, hit the like button to let me know. And don't forget to subscribe for more insights on relationships, confidence, and Stoic thinking. Check out the videos on your screen. They'll help you dive even deeper into connection and emotional intelligence. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.